Hi, my name is Dennis Tybel from DocAssist. DocAssist is a cloud-based document management and workflow and process automation platform fully integrated in the cloud with Acumatica that enables you to deal with the influx and barrage of papers that prevail throughout your organization. DocAssist enables you to capture, index, store, route, and search on any document via a workflow to final approval and to archive those documents in one central repository available either for fully search from any device anywhere at any time or via the business intelligence engines that allows you to report on all of your information. At this point, I'm going to have Rob Bradshaw walk you through a demonstration of the product.
So at a high level, what DocAssist does, DocAssist automates the incoming invoices and other documents. It's able to consume that information, whether or not you're getting things in the mail from the U.S. Postal Service or if you're getting emails or faxes. DocAssist will actually take all of those things and it will digitize them, and it will even go about scanning them and then applying these automated workflows that are going to direct your information to the right parties and be able to do it on time, the right time, every time, so that way your bills get paid on time, information is dealt with as it needs to be. Let me tell you a little bit about DocAssist. DocAssist is in fact a leading cloud-based document management and workflow automation firm. We've in fact been in business since 2002, and perhaps most notably as well is our executive team is a very experienced and well-seasoned team with the right kind of experience in this space to really help move things forward into the cloud, and also when we talk about in partnership with Acumatica. When we talk about Acumatica and the relationship that DocAssist has, what are some of the things that might be important for you to consider? What we're looking at is that really it's the cloud-based platform. Acumatica is in the cloud, DocAssist is in the cloud. Those two systems are in fact integrated, and what you're really going to see as a result of that is an automated flow of, again, the invoices and that information, such that you're going to be able to access Acumatica as that single point of truth and get to those documents and the other information that you need, whether it be for audit trail, payment processing, or other. You're going to be able to find your documents instantly. So rather than going through hard copy file cabinets or different bins looking for different payables, looking for documents that you have no idea where they might be, you're in fact going to be able to do a search, and you're going to have that already on digital record forever. What's going to happen with this relationship as well is the materials are going to be automatically routed to, again, the correct constituent group for them to look at it, to process it. It doesn't matter if they're on their desktop PC, if they're sitting at home on their iPad and they get the information, or if they're sitting on a plane in the airport and it comes through on their phone, they can do the approvals and do what they need to do to get the work done. So that's really where we talk about that access anytime, anywhere, and do it from any device, which is really critical nowadays. And then finally, when we look at what's happening here, when we talk about what's the intelligence behind all this information. So it's not just about processing paperwork or processing bills. It's about trying to understand your business better. Who are you in fact doing business with the most? How much are you spending with them? What are the terms? What opportunities might you have to negotiate better terms with your suppliers? So there's a lot happening there with the information that you're probably not able to take advantage of today because, again, you've got too much ad hoc, too much paper going on. And then finally, I think the elephant in the room that everybody needs to consider is security. Things in the cloud always bring up the conversation of security. And the great thing about it is with Acumatica and DocAssist is in partnership with Amazon, you're really talking about extremely high security and some of the best security that you can probably find out there in a cloud-based environment. So let's talk a little bit about what might be a typical use case or what might be an experience for someone using DocAssist and how that gets done today. So what's going to happen is you're going to get an invoice. Again, maybe it's on the fax machine, maybe it's an email, maybe you open up the mail and you've got an invoice. So here we are with a typical invoice. So we get that, and what do we do next? Well, we're going to get that into DocAssist. And again, it can be automated. So what then is going to happen is the individual that you might have assigned for managing this paperwork and taking that first step in the process is they're going to actually have a dashboard. They're going to see something. It could be their workspace, it could be their dashboard. In this example here, what we're showing you is, notice it says Acumatica. So we're actually already on the front end of an automated workflow So that way the individual can see what's going on, they can understand the relationship of this particular invoice or this particular document and where it needs to go. So we talk about automated data entry. What's going to happen now is you see that the invoice is actually in the system, and now you even have attributes that are automatically appended to that document. So when we talk about what happens when something gets digitized, it's not just a question of putting that into the computer or the network. It's actually scanning that document, pulling the intelligence from that so that you can, in fact, automate the processes. And that's what you see happening here. That's where you see the attributes where, again, individuals are given the authority to be able to do what's needed to be done based on those attributes. And once that happens, it can kick off the approval workflow. Again, maybe there are certain criteria that are going to be put on different documents, different elements to say if it's over a dollar value, if it's addressed to a certain individual, if it's for a certain product or vendor, perhaps you have different workflows that you want to have executed against that. And that's where we see here this workflow going where it says make a request for approval. So maybe we need now to go ahead and send this off to the appropriate party to get it approved. And what's happening now is they might be able to receive that. And again, this is a desktop view that we're looking at for today. And so maybe what they're going to see is, well, let's mark this as approved. Do I approve this? And so that's how simple it is with the automated workflows to have that information right at your fingertips to approve it. It then gets passed over to Acumatica. So this is where we talk about having that single point of truth so that business leadership and others are going to be able through this single access point to see all that information. So if they do in fact need to source that invoice, if they do need to look at that, if they are being, they're going through an audit and they need to be able to run the reports, generate the proof of these informations, they can actually do all of that right through Acumatica. And that is because of the integration that we've already completed with that. Something that you might be considering as well as when we talk about, something that a lot of people talk about nowadays is big data. Well, what is big data? Well, big data is really a lot of information, and it's pretty much useless if you're not able to assemble it intelligently and understand what's going on with your business. And that's where we have these BI dashboards. And so this is just one example of a BI dashboard of a particular client that might find these certain elements important to them. But of course, clients are going to want to configure this information and really represent that data in a manner in which it supports their business and how they're getting things done. So critical here is that you've got the BI dashboards, whether or not you as a business owner or a division manager, or even if you're the clerk who's responsible for looking at these things initially, you're going to have that graphical representation of what it is you need to do and what's been done. And then finally, as we wrap up here the conversation today, it's really all about, in our history and in our experience, what are some of the symptoms that we've seen in clients that have really met with a great deal of operational success in working with DocAssist. And so you see these here on the screen right now. I'll spare you by reading them all to you. But you can see here that I believe that a lot of organizations will identify with some of these symptoms, certainly one, if not more than one or all of them.
As you can see, DocAssist solves many of the problems you encounter in your day-to-day life of managing the barrage of paperwork that flows through your organization. That screen you're looking at now shows a number of the problems that DocAssist clients encounter and that the DocAssist solution solves. If you recognize anything there, immediately call DocAssist at the number on your screen today or go to www.docassist.us.